Just a beautiful afternoon for football, Coach. They say summer is the time to live in Chicago. Well, that's extended into autumn as we are ready to roll under blue skies at Soldier Field. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Green Bay Packers and the Chicago Bears. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. They'll pitch it out to Jones. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. They're going to look to throw. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Leonard Floyd coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a carry here for Hilliard. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Let's go, D, tighten up. Let's go, D, tighten up. Hey, 66.
On play action, now Brady. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Brady. This one into the hands of Burton. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 1st down for the Bears, a gain of 15.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
Darius Geis, his first carry of the game. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing, often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Guys, game situation. Let's go. Go Bandit!
It's Geis on the counter. And an alley to run. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
That's a very nice game there. A confidence-building run. Love the execution up front. And the way he pressed the hole, absolutely perfect.
Wait, hey, come on now, come on now. A little flare.
On 1st and 10, here's Brady. Blitz coming, and down he goes. You know darn well both of these teams reviewed the film and saw that this defense had 5 sacks last week. They got to keep their QB upright.
And they're going to try their best to do exactly that. But they're facing a team where getting to the quarterback is a mindset. It's a mantra for them. And they play a game within the game. And you know what it is? Let's race to the quarterback and see who gets there first.
After the sack on 1st down, Brady. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Temporarily out of field goal range now as they come up on a 2nd and long after the holding call. Now Brady. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Hodges. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. And he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
March 56. March 56. Focus, defense, focus. Alert! Hey, Alabama.
On 3rd and long, it's Brady. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
Had just the one big play on the drive, but that was enough to put him in field goal range.
Yeah, one big play of what they hope will be many others throughout the game. Every team has a different target for the number of plays like that, those explosives that we talk about. That allowed him to put points on the board on that drive. Let's see how the rest of the game goes.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Back to throw here. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Khalil Mack, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done.
58 to Mike, 58.
Now back to throw. He sets to fire deep. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. A real field flipper there, as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. After the penalty, it's Jones. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Second and 10. At the Bears' 18-yard line.
3-0 after one on EA Sports. The Packers with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a second and 10. Now he'll look to throw here on second and 10. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 18, and he's able to get it back to right around the 27. Those INTs all sting, but you throw one in the red zone, I think especially as a rookie, maybe it stings a little bit more.
I think what you're saying is they don't all count the same, do they? Right? Interceptions in the red zone that you've given up points now, those are precious. So you have to learn from those and in a hurry.
Under 10, all 50.
So after the INT, it's Brady. It's complete to Robinson. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Allen Robinson, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bears are able to show off their quick strike ability. Extra point good by Catanzaro, and the lead grows to 10-0. Now Catanzaro after the touchdown to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
An incomplete pass leads to second and 10 from the 25. Second and 10. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Troy Apke, and he will return this one to the 30-yard line. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates are going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it second and 9.
Brings up second and 9 at the 29-yard line.
Here's second and 9, just a yard on that last run. To throw, it's Brady. He finds Robinson. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
They completed the screen on the perimeter, but boy, that was textbook defense, exactly as you're taught to play against a wide receiver screen, and they snuffed it out for a loss of yardage.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is third and long.
Hey, check it. Month 56.
Shotgun now for Brady. Finding Gabriel, complete. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
I've got to make sure that I don't take Tom Brady's greatness for granted, that we make it routine. How about that throw right there?
Yeah.
Another great completion.
And you know one area where he honed his throwing? He was a catcher in high school. He was actually drafted by the Expos in 1995 in the 18th round.
Wow, that would have been something to see him behind the dish.
Think he gunned down a few guys?
Gunned down a few guys trying to steal second. That would have been fun to watch.
Geis, they'll try to run it. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
From the 2 now, second and goal.
56. All right, here we go. Let's go, D, let's go. Hey, let's get there. Hey, check 24, check 24. Check it.
On the ground, Geis. And he's going to be shoved back short of the goal line. They're held again, and do we have a goal line stand brewing? It's third and goal. Well, they held him out on second down, and now here's third and goal. They run with Geis, and he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up fourth down. Let's think here. You're still just in the second quarter. You taking the 3 points?
I am taking the 3 points, and I'm just relying on my defense here. Show me I have a little confidence in them, and let the offense know, nice drive. Come back next time. We'll go get 6 then, but for now, we'll take the 3.
This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. The run there on first down gets them a yard to the 26. It was the linebacker Leonard Floyd on the stop.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Second and 9 now. It's caught here by Adams. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. It's a big play there for Green Bay. And even 50 yards. Exactly 50 yards on that last play as they just go from 125 to the other for first and 10. Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards.
Brings up second and 7.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Here's a second and 7. Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10. The first carry now for the BYU man. It's Jamal Williams. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. All right, coming up at intermission. Charles, you want to wait to enhance your Saturday?
I certainly do.
I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by Orlando. He'll be alongside at half to take us through the weekend in the NFL. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
They come out here in the I. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Hey, watch it, watch it.
They'll run it with Williams. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Jamal Williams, his second touchdown on the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point right down the middle, and it's now 13-7. So here comes the kickoff, and what now is just a one-score, 6-point game. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football.
At the 31-yard line.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Now Brady. Robinson's got it. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Wait, that 53! Mike's 56! He's tired of me! He's tired of us! Sugar!
Throwing on first down is Brady. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
And there's a good opportunity that just went awry there. A drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again. Brady completes it to Miller. 16 yards, a first down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Brady now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's first down. They're going to be stopped up on this first down run. He might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got this. We got this.
Working from the gun, it's Brady. Oh, look at that.
Oh, look at him turn.
This is Miller, complete. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
The Bears on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
Alert! Mike's 56. Mike's 56.
From the gun, Brady. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. So we come upon halftime here at Soldier Field with the Bears out in front. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that.
1st and 10.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Let's get off the field, D. That's what he hit.
Brady going to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Kevin King with a pick, and he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
No room to be had there on the first down run as he's lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. From there to make the tackle, Khalil Mack.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Dancing to his left. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. And he's got him. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 14 yards. Good for a Packer first down.
Hurry up. 58 to Mike. Hey, watch the slant.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first time. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. Aaron Jones, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. The extra point splits the uprights, and that will put them on top here in the third. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Shadow.
On the ground, it's Geis. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Wait, set. 180. 56. I got one. 72.
They'll try and get it with Geis. And Geis is going to be stopped short as he did not get the push he needed. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 17-yard line.
They'll look to throw. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. That's Deron Payne with a sack that time. Defense went 3-4. They got some push from the inside.
And this is something in a 3-4 you don't normally get because the nose tackle who got the sack, he's usually responsible or ends up getting double-teamed and sometimes triple-teamed. How about him working his way back and putting the big guy on the ground?
Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Deron Payne picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Here's J.K. Scott now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. Fielded at the 33. Give him 11 yards that time on the return, and the Bears take over. On the NFL scoreboard elsewhere, 3rd quarter in Denver. Now you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
You can't block me.
And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
I got it.
And that is going to do it. for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
50. Alabama. 380. 56. Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Monk's 56. Monk's 56. You're going to make a run.
Brady to throw on 3rd and 1. Packer pressure, and down he goes.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. This one angles out of bounds in a good spot in the coffin corner. And they're going to mark this out of the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much for the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Yeah, not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, if they want to ride him down the stretch, he should have fresh legs.
And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Yo, tighten up, tighten up, tighten up.
They'll try and run some clock now with Jones. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs. Offensively, with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Hey, man, watch the boot, watch the boot.
He'll drop to throw. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off near the 42 and to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. To throw is Brady. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
Come on, boy. You better be ready. 450.
Throwing now is Brady. He's got his running back, Darius Geis. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. From the gun, it's Brady. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Let's go on. No, 66. Hey, 66.
He'll go for it. It's Brady. And he's got Miller. Not often do 4th down conversions result in 23 yards, but that's the case here. 1st down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
I'm going to run you over. Second reload.
On play action, it's Brady. His throw incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Now Brady. Open man, Taylor Gabriel. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. And now defensively they're going to burn their 1st timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
Gold 50.
Mike's 56. Mike's 56.
I got it.
Brady to throw again. Oh, he can't get away, and Brady will go down.
An 8-yard loss brings up 4th down.
Fourth quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. They converted once earlier in this drive, but they'll roll the dice here again on 4th down. Brady to throw for it on 4th down. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that will force a turnover on downs. First down. It's Jones, and he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage with a penalty flag down. This might push him back further. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
Here we go.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
Second and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run. Again, it's Jones. And once again, he's going to be stopped up behind the line. Second straight play. Shades of the 85 Bear defense a little bit. Need something for deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long.
Show it up. Show it up.
It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's fourth down. Now the Bears will use their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
He'll look to throw. Rashawn Gary in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
Now this is where field awareness comes into play. He's getting perilously close to his own goal line, and after that sack, backed up to his own 2.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. They'll look to throw. This one into the hands of Burton. And they're going to get this all the way out past the 20. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
Now how about that? Rattled by a big play on the previous snap, they bounce back, and that's exactly what they needed defensively, getting a big play of their own.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's second and 18. The throw on second down by Brady is incomplete. Back-to-back big plays defensively. First the sack. Now they force the incompletion on third and long. Things looking pretty good for them.
And this is where they have to be careful because they've got the momentum going their way. They will be really amped up to get to the quarterback. Look out. Draw, screen, something that could be used against them.
The Bears on third down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This will be a tough third and 18. Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10.
Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins home. X3, 218, jump it. Wait, what do you hit?
Brady to throw. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
Robinson, incomplete. It leads to 2nd and 10.
So now it all comes down to Chandler Catanzaro. 2 for 2 on the afternoon, and a third would win it. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. The home crowd here absolutely loves it, as they should, getting the field goal in the closing moments and likely going to get out of here with a W.
A W, celebrations all around. How about how everyone's going to leave this stadium, right? And you know something? He probably makes more money than most of the 60,000 people here, but they're all willing to buy him dinner tonight, aren't they?
Oh, they don't care. He's a man of the people right now.